Barnsley Main Muckstack. Or for the benefit of the uninitiated, Barnsley Main Slag Heap. You always know when you're in Barnsley when you see this, and you can see it from almost any part of the town. And I'll tell you what, it's hard work walking up it, but I bet it was a damn sight harder work digging it out. And when you get to about here, you always turn around and admire the view. Really, you're not admiring the view, you're getting your breath back. In Barnsley at one time, there wasn't a lot of work other than the pits. In fact, there was no work at all. The girls of the town used to come and collect them from places like Huddersfield and take them to work in their mills and bring them back at night in buses. But the real reason we've come to the top of Barnsley Main Muckstack is because it gives you the best view of Barnsley. Just look at that lot.
No joke living in Barnsley, no joke around the town. Those folk living in Barnsley all know what they've found.
Barnsley Town Hall, without doubt the best known landmark in the town. A magnificent edifice, built some 40 years ago to reflect and express the civic pride of the burghers of this borough of Barnsley. Now I know to some of you that Barnsley has replaced Wigan as the butt of a lot of comedians' jokes, but I'm going to take you to meet people and show you places that will prove that it's no joke living in Barnsley. And one of the best things about Barnsley is the market. It's famous for it. It's a real place for bargains, and Barnsley folk love a bargain. They used to come to the market from miles around. Oh, if they still do, now it's under one roof, just like other markets. A lot of folk in Barnsley have mixed feelings about it, but you can still see some of the famous old characters.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's half a dozen down there if you'd like to buy those. Now, they're made by James Broder, something like a plate. They'll neither bend, break, nor wear out. I'll see if I can find one buyer, not 35 or even £30, 29, 28.
This is the main market, which is open every day of the week, of course. It extends much further than this on a Wednesday and a Saturday market days. At the top of this escalator, you'll see Oatfields, the original pea and pie stall. I'll tell you a story about that. Oatfields used to be outside in the open market. It was all surrounded by white linen sheets, and my grandma took me there one day. And because we were a bit posh, you see, I mean, we had a shop. My mother wouldn't let me say thee and thou. Anyway, I was in there with my grandma, and we had his first pie and peas, and then she said, "Would you like some more, love?" I said, "Yes, please, Grandma." And she said, "Thee, thou would." And I said, "I'll tell me mum." Now, this is the open part of the new Barnsley Market. It's not a lot like what it used to be. Didn't have these fancy plastic covers over. All they had were tarpaulin sheets. And in the old days, the market used to stretch all over the town, all up Market Hill, all over the place. What do you think to Barnsley Market, love?
It's all right, right?
You like it, do you?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Do you prefer the old one?
Could be better.
Not a
No
lot?
way, no.
Oh, I quite like it.
Character's gone.
Hello, love.
Hello.
Come out here. You're a stall holder here, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And can they always get a good bargain in Barnsley Market?
Yeah, I think Barnsley Market's the best market for anyone. It's the cheapest one.
Here, I know her. Come here and talk to me. Is your little girl?
Boy, it's a boy.
Is that your little boy?
Yeah.
I used to teach you at school, didn't I?
Yeah.
I used to teach her. Do you like Barnsley Market, this new market?
No, not really.
Do you prefer the old one?
Yeah. It's too close to too crushed up, isn't it?
So a lot of people don't like Barnsley Market as it is. But a lot of people do. I don't know. I think I'm ambivalent. Now, this is what you'd expect to see in a place like Barnsley. There's no hiding the fact that the mining industry has left its scars and its grime on the town. But we have got some smashing parks. Lock Park near the town centre. Just a couple of miles outside Barnsley, we've got Cawthorne. Best kept village in South Yorkshire. Won the title. But let's get back into town to Chennell's pub. Right in the centre, where they serve one of the best pie and pea lunches you could ask for, and a good pint. Makes it a very popular meeting place.
I just can't get back fast enough. Yeah. Once I come back and see this area, I'm home, and that's fine by me. You know, it's great.
Arthur Scargill, president of the Yorkshire Miners, based here in Barnsley.
Is Yorkshire, you know, because it's the genuine Yorkshire folks from Barnsley. I mean, Harrogate, I don't call Harrogate Yorkshire, really.
Ashley Jackson, a local artist who started as a sign writer. Charlie Williams, cross him and you'll get some black looks.
The only thing what narks me about Barnsley is when I'm down south and you say, where do you come from? They say Barnsley. They don't say Barnsley, they say Barnsley, as though you're all thick, you know.
At least nowadays they don't say Barnsley. Where's that? They all know where Barnsley is nowadays, you know. Everybody knows Barnsley for one reason or another. The tragedy is that this football team isn't in first division, you know. Something that ought to be put right.
Hey, now then, don't knock the football. You're treading on dangerous ground here. I enjoyed some great games at Barnsley, second division.
If you're a Barnsley man, and I am, and if you're a football fan, and I am, and what Barnsley man worth his salt isn't, and let's face it, they deserve a bit better support at Oakwell nowadays. There's a place in this town that should be a shrine. Everybody should come and see it. It's a grave of a footballer, and in my opinion, the best footballer we ever bred in this town. We sold him. You always have to sell your best things if it's a little struggling club and a little struggling town. We sold him to Manchester United, I think about £30,000. Remember the first report, Eric Todd wrote it, he said, he rose like a trout to the fly and nodded it in. It's Tommy Taylor's grave, killed at Munich in 1958 with the rest of that wonderful Manchester United side, the Busby Babes. Not all of them were killed. Bobby Charlton survived, he's still going strong. But Tommy went. It's easy to be wise with hindsight and think he was a wonderful footballer he was, but when he left Barnsley, a lot of the supporters were rather pleased to see him go. They thought that Manchester United might have bought a pup. But Matt Busby knew better. Within months of leaving Oakwell, he was playing for England. He was a great centre-forward. And here he lies with his mother. I went to see his father the other day. He's in an old folks' home just over the brow of the hill. He cried when I told him we were coming to see the grave, and I was very sad myself. Here he is, within sight and sound of the ground where he started his professional career. Barnsley Football Club, Oakwell. Michael! George! And yours! Look at that for style! Watch this one!
John!
I saw this in the cup finals, hasn't he?
Don't stop, keep it going!
Somebody's got...
Come on!
How'd I get, Brian? You're trying to get me knackered. You know what they say? That when you're getting old, the policemen look younger. Well, have you seen this lot? Look like schoolboys to me. Oh dear. I'm very, very tired. Look, how did you get? 1. 10's not bad in any next language. Hey, no, nice maybe. Just a bit too much for it, man. I've done it. I've played an Oakwell. Always wanted to, and now I've done it. I never did it before. I played for Barnsley boys. I mean, nobody's done that. We're a good side. 48, 49, English Schools Trophy, Yorkshire Shield. I played in the semi-final of the English Schools Trophy at Vetchfield, Swansea. I played against Len Allchurch. Then they dropped me. They dropped me for the final at Oakwell. I never played on Oakwell, but I've done it this morning. So keep your hands to yourself.
Dorothy, yeah.
Dorothy.
Give it a sit.
How are you, my love? Nice to see you. Get off that chair.
Dorothy Hyman, Barnsley's own Olympic medalist.
Have you noticed that he's moved closer to him? I don't know what the reason is.
There you are, my flower. Have a drink. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It'll be Christmas before you get another.
These two blokes are reminiscing about Barnsley, and they're saying what they like about it and what they dislike about it. What do you think about the place?
I don't know really. It's home to me, and I think this is it. You know, I suppose wherever I'd have been born, it would have been home. But the thing is, I'm not ashamed of coming from Barnsley.
That's it.
Proud of it.
You know, I think this is the trouble is most people, they make jokes about us and what have you, and people tend to hide the fact that I'm very proud of coming from Yorkshire and Barnsley.
Well, at least we've got four of us that all agree with that.
Oh, you're right now. Johnson, we're unanimous. That's it. That vote's carried.
Now, this is the most famous shot in Barnsley. It must be, because when all these famous filmmakers come here, they all want to take this view. Ken Roach, and he's very famous. He came here and took this shot when he made his film Kess. And while he was making it, Clive Donner was round the corner, because he wanted to take this shot as well. And Michael Tuckner, when he made a film of my play, Keep an Eye on Albert, he took this view. But the reason I've brought you up here is not to take this shot, because what I want to show you is down there in the bottom. Hello, Reg. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Not so bad. Couple of ferrets, have you?
I just let Dog play about with them a bit, you know. Now then, what about that? Eh? Now, what about that?
Didn't kill him.
No, she'll play all day with them.
Is that a ferret or a polecat?
That's a polecat.
What's the difference?
Well, there's not a lot of difference because it's bred off white ones. It's bred off this one, as a matter of fact. They throw different colours. They're what I call a stoke bred. Now, don't nip her.
Time to go back.
Aye.
Hey, Reg, what's this about this fellow who's put these ferrets down his trousers?
There was on television about a bloke putting them down his trousers. We've had them down for donkeys.
Watch this.
Anyone you want. We're not
Now, I
bothered.
don't want you singing soprano, it's quiet.
We're not bothered with
There it goes, look.
I can put
Hey,
half,
where's it gone now, Reg?
I can just round the leg there.
Oh, I'm glad.
I can put half a dozen down.
Anyway, pop it away, Reg, and show me your rabbits. Got some lovely
Right.
rabbits, this fella. Hey, a real old character, this, you know. There's a lot of them like this in Barnsley. All the little place where they come down when they're out of that pit. So look at these rabbits.
The old days, I remember Barnsley when you used to go down New Street and there used to be the Bobby there stood at the bottom with a big tash.
Yes, he's gone.
He's gone, isn't he? You know, I mean, the characters like that, you know, I've forgotten his name, but people who came through Barnsley would say, oh yeah, I remember Barnsley because, you know, there was so-and-so there.
Just been to see my dad over this wall, Barnsley Cemetery. He's been in there a good few years now, but they still talk about it in this town. Busy road, this, I better be careful. Perhaps that's why they call it Cemetery Road. Everybody knew Charlie Glover. So well known in this town. They always used to say that the town hall clock used to nod to him. Well, here, just across the road from where he lies, is a very special place, a special place to him. Charlie Glover's gym. My father, Charlie Glover, he always had a gym in Barnsley. He used to be a boxer and then a wrestler. He taught me to wrestle. This is no suntan and sweatshop. No sauna palace, this. It's a real sweatshop. There'll be more blood on this floor than a pork butcher's floor. There's one of these in every northern town at one time. There's only a few left now. We've got one here in Barnsley. And it's a good gym, this. Produced some real fighters. A couple of good lads here as well. But it's not only boxers we're famous for in Barnsley, as Charlie Williams knows.
You still go back to some tribe from Pete's Trotter. And it's as simple as that.
I don't like tripe.
Oh,
I like
Tripe, but I don't like big
But
strutters.
I like them both.
Oh, no, I don't like tripe and I don't like compromise.
Well, there's a cannibal in me, you know.
You don't tell me you like sweetbreads as well.
Oh, yes. Oh, look out, aye, aye.
Big strutters,
Hey.
Pies have come, as they would say.
Yeah,
What you having, love?
I'll have pies and
Listen,
peas.
Oh, you want these, my darling?
Dorothy, you can have anything you want as long as it's pies and peas.
Yes.
Albert, of course.
You can have anything you like except money.
Hey, Charlie, can you remember in the middle of Barnsley, when the old market was there, they used to have a tent where you could get peas and pie. Before, you know,
I
all this
remember
modern
the
market
caravan
thing.
thing.
Oh, before caravan, there used to be a
gas
tent.
smoke.
That's right. And you could go in this tent and get peas and pie. And it was bloody freezing in the tent, but they got a fire going inside. And I don't know whether it was the psychological effect or what, but to go in there and get these peas and pies on a Saturday afternoon with your mum and dad or whatever it was, great.
It was an achievement.
Oh, it was an achievement, aye.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, they were not going out for meals them days, were they?
You can travel the length and breadth of the land and you'll not find a finer restaurant than this one. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And you'll not find one that gives you better value, I'll tell you that for nothing. 165, there's a special lunch and I'm having pigeon. There's anything you want here, the most exotic dishes. And the proprietor's not paying me to say this, you know, I really mean that. There's a wine list as long as your arm. You'll not find a better wine list in London. The proprietor's a fella called Jim Gratney. He came here 9 years ago. He converted what was then an ice cream factory into the Brooklands restaurant in Barnsley. It's one of the finest in the land, believe me. And it's done a lot to change that cloth cap image that we're not proud of in Barnsley. You can't say Barnsley's all pie and peas after this lot. And they're all enjoying themselves as well.
Quite honestly, I wouldn't leave this area for all the Team Channel. I love Barnsley. I just love the area. I was born here, and as far as I'm concerned, I'll stay here all my life. I think it's a fabulous area.
Fabulous? Well, fabulous for some, maybe. Young lads in Barnsley have always had a fairly difficult job in getting out of the rut of following their dads down the pit. Even today, there's many who go straight from school underground. But life's easier than it was, and the money's good too. But, well, I don't know. It seems somehow wrong to me to work down there when you're still a lad. Born to blush unseen. Hi, Brett, lad.
Ryan,
How are you?
not too bad.
Not working today?
No, I've just finished some days.
On days? Time you start for that?
6 o'clock,
6 o'clock. Time do you finish?
1 o'clock,
1 o'clock. Time do you get up?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. 4-1. What are you doing at pit?
Not haulage.
What haulage? What's haulage?
Taking all tubs up to the face, like 40 minute face, all supplies.
How much you get for that?
£26 to fetch home.
£26 to fetch you home. How old are you?
17.
It's not bad for 17, is it?
It's not too bad.
Was there any other choice but the pit?
No, I went straight to the pit from school, like.
Chinatown. That's what we used to call this bit of Lumwood where I was brought up. I can't pretend we're proud of this end of the town. People seem to have lost pride in the surroundings around here, and I'm not surprised. It was a rough, tough area 30 years ago when I was a lad, and it's still the same today. Mind you, every town's got one. Broken down walls, smashed windows. Even the little gardens are overgrown. Not all of them, but most. Maybe one day they'll do something about it. Come on, get your fingers out. Beautiful place, Barnsley. Lovely rolling countryside, trees, flowers, sparkling rivers. Whoever said Barnsley was all slag heaps and cobbled streets. And just to show you, I've come for a ride with David and Sandra Hepworth in their landau. Here we are in Cannon Hall Park, Cawthorne, just a few miles from Barnsley town centre. A lovely spot. So why enjoy yourselves and come for a ride with us?
Priestley once said that in this area you've got all the beautiful characteristics of Yorkshire, and particularly of all the best that's good in the English countryside. And I think looking over the Worsborough Valley is tremendous. And I know that Charlie lives in that area, and I live in that area. Absolutely beautiful is that valley, and it stretches right away from the Stainborough end, right across towards Wombwell, all skirting around Barnsley. It really is a fabulous area, I think, in to live.
Yeah, so this is the side people don't see. They think of Barnsley and they think of the pits and the headgears. You know, I remember when I was actually competing, when they came to take films of me, they didn't want to see what I actually did. They wanted to see me running up the stacks and with the headgear in the background, you know, because this is what they wanted to sell. And,
well, they wanted to see Charlie, you know, with headgear in background, but with his colour, yeah, obliterated it.
The old Theatre Royal. It's bingo now, of course. This used to be my seat every Friday night. And that seat was my granddad's. It was empty then and all. He never sat in it, although he had it every Friday. He was always in there, the bar, chatting up. That's all the greats of the variety world here. Izzy Bonn, Kavanagh Connor, Wilson, Kepler and Betty, they were great favourites. There were 500 people in here twice nightly. Wilfred Pickle sold this place out, reciting poetry. Betty Driver, she was a star here. Coronation Street now. But my personal favourite was an impressionist. He'd only got one name. They called him Afrique. Afrique, doing Lawrence Tibet singing On the Road to Mandalay, made my hair stand on end. I'd hair in those days. And my granddad, he missed them all. He was always in there, chatting up this barmaid. We like our clubs in Barnsley, a real miners' club this, High Stone Road Working Men's Club. The secretary's Thomas Briscoe. Is this a typical club for Barnsley?
Well, I think so, as a working men's club.
As a working men's club, this is a typical... It's not being tarted up too much, has it, this? It's not.
Tumbling down with subsidies.
It's tumbling down with subsidies. Get on to that NCB, get Arthur Scargill. Now listen, what kind of things do you do here?
Well, we have tombola, weekly draw, court double, and a turn every Sunday.
7, 6, 76, 7, 8, 78, all the 7s, 77, 1 and 7, 17, 5 and 8, 58, 2 and 7, 27. On its own, number 3. All the 3s, 33. 2, 9, 29. Michael, the concert room calling. Melissa, Michael,
It's when you spend an evening with folk like this that you realise what Barnsley's all about. They're smashing people, and I'm proud to be one of them. I'll say this about them, they certainly know how to enjoy themselves. She's got him back. I always get the good looking ones, please. Get him off!
No joke living in Barnsley, no joke around the town. Those folk living in Barnsley all know what they've found. No joke living in Barnsley, no joke around the town. Dee dee